Hello everybody, welcome back, I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to some more World of Tanks. Today we are watching Monty Strongyji Polno playing in the FV215b 183, also known as the Death Star, over here in World of Tanks. Of course, as it says in the name, 183mm gun. Absolutely huge. I'm pretty sure second biggest in the game. I'm pretty sure this has a bigger gun than the Jagdpanzer 100, but the T92 artillery, the Tier 10 American self-propelled gun has a bigger gun. I'm pretty sure it's like close to 200, I'm pretty sure, maybe even bigger. But yes, here we are watching Monty in the Death Star on Live Oaks over here. Now what is good about this tank? Well, it's basically an FV4005 that is slightly slower, basically has the same gun. It used to have exactly the same gun. I think they've changed it a bit now, so the FV4005 has better handling gun, and this has just I think the FV405 has a better handling gun, as Monty puts an AP round into the side of the Object 268 version 4. Of course, that tank, basically the best tank destroyer in the game, coming across probably the tank destroyer with the biggest gun in the game, the Death Star over here. 1150 damage with the AP rounds, 310mm penetration with those AP rounds. Oh, just misses the Leopard one over there. Firing Hesh rounds over there, which do 1750 with 230mm of penetration. That is just absolutely loads for high explosive squash head rounds. Of course, after the high explosive changes, it has nerfed this tank quite a lot, but it's still quite good. Like the KV2, can still get in those one shots, or just shots that do quite a lot of damage to everyone. Is he going to be able to? There we go, 1351 damage to the Leopard one over there, taking him out in one shot. And I'm pretty sure he got shot by either the Batchat or the E100 on Monty's team just before he fired at that tank. 2 shots, 2,500 damage. That's just what this tank does. As Monty aims in on the E100, is he going to be able to penetrate him? No, but I guess 900 damage is still quite a lot. It's basically more than any other tank destroyer would get, apart from the Jagdpanzer 100, which of course has 1050 damage per shot. So not bad going over here by Monty in the first couple minutes of this game. But they are losing the eastern of the southern flank over here, southeast. There we go, that's what I wanted to say. They are kind of losing slowly but surely. The enemy team do have better tanks on this flank. Object 430U, an E100, a Kranvang, and well, Monty over here has a Rinoceronte, which isn't the best of tanks, really, is it? So what is Monty going to do about this? One-shot the Object 430U, quite an OP medium tank, but there you go, takes out the remaining 1100 hit points of that tank with one shot, and now aims up to see who else he could shoot. The Kragvang of the E5, who is Monty going to aim for over here? He's going for the E5. Is he going to be able to penetrate this shot? 1670 damage. I really can't wait. I'm slowly making my way up to the FV405 because the lower tier tanks and the medium, from like about tier 4 to like tier 6, 7, the tanks aren't really the best. Haven't really been having too much fun. It's kind of with the Charioteer that you actually have a good gun for a tank destroyer, loads of mobility. So yeah, slowly making my way to the FV405. Sadly, I won't be able to get this. I was actually making my way up to this, but then they of course changed out with the Badger, which made me quite sad, as yeah, I kind of want to do that and also have enough armor to actually bounce some of the time. Of course not all the time, maybe not against every single tier 10, but against tier 8s, if you angle this tank, it's really good. And that's kind of the main good points of this tank compared to the FV405, is the armor. It does have more armor, and of course it has the turret at the back, so that makes it good for side scraping. As Monty over there misses the EBR 105, but of course it's quite hard to hit that, especially with high explosive rounds, because of course they just fly quite a little bit slower towards the target. So yes, 3 kills, 8,000 damage for Monty over here. Is going to be able to pick up his 4th kill on the EBR over here? I don't think so. He goes away somewhere. Is Monty going to be able to take out this wheeled tier 10 light tank? I'm not sure. He's waiting over here. They are actually down on tanks. It's 7 kills to 9. And as you can see by the hit points, they are down 7,300 hit points. There's a tree falls over there. But I don't think Monty spotted that. He's aiming for the EBR, but I think that's the Leopard moving in from the middle of the map. And there he is. Is Monty going to be able to take him out? Snapshot into the Leopard, who took a shot from the Rinoceronte just a second before Monty put his shot in for 1,400 damage. And it's just really, really cool to see these big alpha damage shells going in from a tank, which of course not a lot of people play now because it is a reward tank. You had to have had this tank bought before, or I think just unlocked, to be able to keep it after they replaced it with the Badger, I don't even know, about 2 or 3 years ago now already. So not a lot of people play it because there are better tanks than this. Probably if you really want to have a better gun, more mobility, you can play the FV215b, which of course, as I said, has the better mobility. I'm pretty sure has the better handling gun, but it doesn't have this armor, which hasn't come into effect yet for Monty as he takes out the EBR 105 with another Hesh round over there. So up to 10,000 or 10,500 damage nearly. That is just absolutely insane. More than I could ever have done in any game. More than I have ever done in any game. Which I'm pretty sure my max is about 8,200 in the Jagdpanzer E100. Monty over here just taking just one step up over here in the Death Star, showing what has to be done to help your team actually get through a battle, because as you can see, there's only 3 of them left against 5, and they are down 7,000 hit points. As the EBR on the enemy team is down low, but the EBR on Monty's team is also on quite low hit points. Is he going to be able to take out the enemy EBR? He's just circling around. What is he planning on doing? He should really just stay alive without that EBR, because well, Monty over here and the Rinoceronte don't really have the best view range. It could be maxed out, but the EBR, of course, with the camo and all of that stuff, is just the better tank for spotting, of course. 5 kills for Monty over here. Is he going to be able to pick up the Top Gun? Maybe even go one step further and pick up the Radley Walters. Who knows? We just need to see. As the Jagdpanzer 100 was last spotted going through the centre of the map, and I'm pretty sure Monty has spotted this on his map and has actually moved forwards to actually try and spot the Jagdpanzer if he does plan on pushing forwards down the centre of the map. I'm not really sure why people do that. It is faster, I guess, but if you get caught out, you basically have no cover over there. As the EBR on Monty's team spots the object 277, who's gone into the dip where the artillery goes into on the H1 over there. Is he going to go up? Is Monty going to go forwards and attack him? As the Rinoceronte spots the Jagdpanzer E100, who was going down the centre. As I said, not really the best of plays. As Monty tries to get the side of the Jagdpanzer E100 over there, but the Jagdpanzer actually turns towards him at the last second, so actually doesn't penetrate, but still 500 damage for Monty over there, as he now loads his last remaining AP round. He had 2 of those at the beginning of the round, of course. Put the first one into the Object 268 version 4, puts in the other one into the Jagdpanzer E100 and it bounces off. I would have probably gone with the Hesh round, but of course Monty is under a lot of pressure. Looking at it in hindsight, the high explosive squash head round would probably be the better deal over there, to just make sure to take out the Jagdpanzer 100 in one shot over there. Of course, the Rinoceronte was aiming at him as well. EBR in the bushes just up ahead, looking to see if the EBR 105 and the Object 277 are going to move up from there. Maybe they are waiting for the E100 and the FV405 to actually get up over here, as the object makes a break for it. Is, wow, great shot by Monty, takes him out, 650 damage, showing you that even after the high explosive changes, you can still do quite a lot of damage in these tanks, especially against the side of a Russian tier 10 heavy tank, as the E100 gets spotted on 1,350 hit points. Rinoceronte puts one in, he's around 750 now. Is the Rinoceronte going to be able to take him out? He puts in another great shot into the E100, but is he going to be able to take him out? His final shot misses, I'm pretty sure. The EBR tries to put a shot into him, as the EBR on the enemy team takes out the EBR on Monty's team over here. I'm not really sure where he was, to be honest. Maybe he has moved up to the K1 area, but I don't think that would be quite possible. Monty is looking over there as the Rinoceronte takes out the E100. Great shot, great shooting by the Rinoceronte, as Monty blind fires to where he thought that the EBR 105 on the enemy team was, but he isn't there yet. The Rinoceronte says only high explosive left. I guess it's good that they only have an FV405 and an EBR 105 to deal with, as the high explosive rounds on the Rinoceronte, I'm pretty sure, are quite good. Definitely enough penetration to deal with these two remaining tanks, as Monty over here, 11,500 damage, 6 kills, that's the top gun. Is he going to be able to take out the last two remaining tanks for the Radley Walters, as the FV405 on the enemy team shoots him, only does 300 damage. That is where the armor on this tank is coming into play. If he wasn't an FV405, he would have probably died over there, because of the 1,750 alpha damage of the enemy FV405, but because the FV215b 183 has some armor, that means that he took the shell, but the next one sets him on fire. Monty fires quickly as soon as the FV got spotted, does 1,000 damage to him, but the FV405 actually lights him on fire, actually burns to death, as he was using the food consumable, and I guess doesn't have a crew with fire extinguishing skills, whatever the skill is called. So that keeps the Rinoceronte alive against the EBR 105. Of course, the Rinoceronte quite fast, but nowhere near as fast as the EBR. Rinoceronte can take one hit from the EBR, but the EBR can't take one hit from the Rinoceronte, as the Rinoceronte is going into the K1 area over here. That's where he thinks the EBR is. But, well, actually, the Rinoceronte says, yeah, that it's going to be quite hard to hit the EBR with 750 meters a second shell velocity, because he is using those high explosive rounds. That's all that he has left in this tank. But a big play over here, he doesn't keep on going towards the bridge, the eastern part of the map. He actually turns around and is going straight towards the K1 area, and is now going to turn right and go to where the EBR 105 was last spotted on the map, which is the G1 area. We haven't seen him in about 5 minutes now, to be honest. The last time we saw him was when he went into the dip with the object 277 over here, which of course Monty took out with a great shot to the side of that Russian tank, as Monty switches, looks at his tank, maybe just thinks about what he could have done better. But if you do so much damage, take out just about half of the enemy team, there is just much more that you can do. You just have to, your team has to do something themselves. You can't just take out the full team by yourself, as the EBR, that Rinoceronte gets spotted, the EBR shoots him, the Rinoceronte bounces, and they really thought that would be it. The Rinoceronte and Monty were just saying, yeah, GG, good game. Couldn't take this one out, but the EBR gets spotted. Not really sure what he was doing over here, as the Rinoceronte misses the first high explosive shell. He has 2 more, I'm pretty sure, left, or maybe even 3 more, I don't really know. Takes the EBR out with his second high explosive round. And an absolutely brilliant game for Monty over here. Let's look at the post-game stats and see how well Monty did in this game in the Death Star. So as you can see, an ace tanker, of course, not a lot of people playing this tank anymore, So it's probably a little bit easier to actually get that in this tank now than it was when this tank was freely available to everyone in the tech tree. High caliber, of course, and a top gun for those 6 kills. 12,707 damage, 7 kills as I said, 1,371 base experience. So as I said, I'm pretty sure before it would have been about 1,600 maybe to get the ace tanker when this was in the tech tree, but now maybe slightly easier because people aren't playing it as often as they used to. Of course, Hesh rounds are pretty sure cost 8,000 credits a shot, so Monty loses 26,000 credits in this game, but I would have probably given away 1 million credits to get a game as good as this in any tank that I have in the game. Just absolutely brilliant game by Monty. He basically did everything right. There was probably a couple things that he could do different, but of course it's easy to say that looking at the game after it was played. You don't have the stress of actually trying to take the game down. You can just look at it. But yeah, absolutely brilliant game by Monty Strong. GG Paul Lowe over here in the Death Star. Of course, I'm sad that I didn't get to play this tank, but I guess the FV215 is still quite a good tank. But for now, that's going to be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye bye.